name is Rioba, and I'm here today to talk about Chevening Scholarship. I'm a Chevening scholar, or rather, a Chevening alumni in 2017. I got a scholarship in 2016. I went to study at the university called Covent University. I know my university. Covent University. It is in England. Yeah, so it was my third option. So I'm going to talk about, you know, the options, the university selection and everything. So what is Chevening? It's a UK government scholarship, fully funded scholarship. You have to stay in the UK for 1 year, fully funded. You have to be there fully. It's not part-time. You have to pack your bag from your home country to the UK to stay there. Yeah, so there are a lot of courses you have to choose from in the UK, and you have to make sure that your country is eligible. I mean, your country is it is in their list, the Chevening Scholarship list. And when you visit the portal, you click and then you start applying, you will directed to actually choose the country you're coming from. And from there is when you start filling the form. Yeah. So how does it take? How does it? I mean, what does it take to prepare for Chevening? My dear, you have to call yourself patience. Yeah. So because it is almost a year, I think. Because, for example, this year the application opened on the 5th of August. It's gonna close on the 7th of October. So you have 2 months to prepare. 2 months to prepare. And some even started before the portal was open. Yeah, so you have 2 months to prepare. You have 2 months to look for someone who is going to proofread your applications. You have 2 months to actually research. And I'm telling you, if you are not a researcher, if you are not someone who read and dig, you know, dig down, you know, about things, you won't be able to get this scholarship. Because I hear people, you know, saying, I'm going to ask someone to apply for me. I will send someone my credentials and they're going to apply for me. My dear, you can't. Because after application, you go for an interview. So basically, the application process is straightforward. Application, you fill your application form, and then you go for an interview. The most interesting part for me is an interview. The easiest part I feel like it's an interview, and I'm going to talk about it as well. So that's the application process. You have 2 months. Yeah. So back then they used to start on even my time, I think, on they used to start on, okay, of course in September. Yeah, they used to start in September. The portal used to be open on September, in September I mean, but nowadays I can see they have, you know, improved, I would say. I don't know. So how many universities, how many courses are you supposed to apply? So you have to apply for either 1 university or 3 universities, because you are told to apply for 3 courses which are relatable. I mean, you can't apply for masters in law and then apply for masters in chemical and processing engineering. No, you can't, because the courses must be related to your, you know, future career path, your current or future career path, and that's why you can't apply just, you know, any course. And also, you are told to apply for 3 courses in the same university or different universities, because this will give you flexibility just in case one program rejects you. Yeah, so for me, I applied in 3 universities: Middlesex University, Covent University, and Lancaster University. So they did not accept me, they rejected me. Chevening accepted me, and that's why I went for, you know, masters in petroleum engineering and environmental technology. But to be honest, I did not want to go for any engineering course. I wanted to go for a normal, you know, master's degree, because my first degree was engineering, so I did not want to, you know, to temper again. But then there's nothing I could do because other universities rejected my application. Yeah, so Yeah, that's it. So because during the interview, they're going to ask you to explain if you know better about the universities that you have applied in, and also if you know the courses and why did you apply for the courses that you applied for. So you really have to know in and out about your courses and also about the universities that you have applied for. For me, I went ahead to even, know about the my professors, Baba Tunde from University of Coventry. That's how deep I went, because I wanted to make sure that I don't miss anything during the interview. Because during the interview, you are just asking about basically it's about your application. So you have to be conversant about your application and also be able to, answer, other questions, extra questions that will be asked outside your application. We'll go into the interview part later, the most interesting part. Yeah. Okay, another question. Do you apply for scholarship first before university, application? So this depends. Some universities closes, earlier. So you have to make sure that you apply. And that's why I normally tell people to research. You have to research. Make sure that the universities that you are applying for, they're accepted by the Chevening Scholarship. You have to make sure. And then when you apply, you have to make sure that you look at their closing dates. So if they are closing earlier, you have to make sure that you apply while applying for the scholarship. Because the scholarship give you what can I say? They give you a provision to fill in your universities. So either you have gotten the conditional offer or not, you just have to, you have to select your 3 universities, you put there, and then you continue applying. So it's not necessary that you have to apply together while simultaneously while applying. You don't need to apply simultaneously. While applying for the scholarship, not necessarily that you also have to apply for universities that you want to go to study to. So just make sure that you know the closing date of the university that you are interested in, so that you don't miss. You don't miss when the scholarship says now you have to bring your unconditional offer. I'll talk about unconditional offer. Yeah. Okay, so there's a question, how many ACEs? So Chevening Scholarship normally bring 4 ACEs. And I so much believe we have the same case this year. Yeah, 2026, 2027. There's leadership and influence, number 1. Number 2, there's networking. And then number 3, there's studying in the UK. And number 4, there's career plan. There's career plan. So you need to prove it with real life examples using a STAR approach. Yeah, STAR approach. STAR is an acronym which goes by S is the situation, T is the task, A is action, and R is the result. So you have to show that you have, lived as an example in these essays. For example, when you talk about leadership and influence, you have to tell them how you have been able to lead in your community. For example, you can mention about the situation. Like in 2017, while working at a certain organization, we faced a major challenge in. You can mention the challenge that you faced. And when you are explaining yourself in these real examples, you have to make sure you mention, you highlight, what you did. It's not about the entire group in your organization, what you did. It's about you. They want to learn about you, and you have to make sure that it is simple. Anyone can understand. Yeah? Wait. If you can't research, if you can't go to the website of Chevening Scholarship and read, if you can't produce your own draft, my dear, if you're asking for people to write for you, everything, drafts, essays and everything, my dear, go home. This scholarship is not for you, or is not for you. So, and then that is the situation. About the tax, what needed to be done? You have to explain your role as a team leader maybe, or as someone very important in whatever that you are doing. Yeah, so as my role as a team leader, I coordinated 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? And then when it comes to action, in this STAR approach, what you personally did, not a group, I repeat. So you can say, I organized weekly strategy meetings, I developed a new plan and motivated them by doing 1, 2, 3. What did you do to motivate the team? You know your leadership skills to influence people and motivate them to do something even if, they don't want to do it. And then number 4 is results. Show measurable outcomes. Yeah, there are a lot of acronyms like SMART, there's KISS, there's SWOT analysis, all those things you have to put them into your consideration. Yeah, so the result, you show them. For example, you say, as a result, our project reached, numbers there. 5,000 youth, the project reduced cost by 20%, and then we gained recognition 1, 2, 3 because I did 1, 2, 3, and 4. So make sure you put numbers. And don't forget that when we write essay, we have, an introduction, we have body text, and then we have a conclusion. But make sure you have to show that you understand STAR approach. STAR approach has been explained in the website. You have to read the website. It has been explained in the website. Yeah. So, for example, in networking, the S about networking, make sure you mention about people, place, and time. You're talking about networking. Show how you were able to network, how you were able to actually be of help to someone else. Not only how networking helped you, it doesn't have to be one-sided so much, You have to show that you also contributed something. You have to mention, you can mention people. For example, when I went to a certain organization, I met Sir George blah, blah, blah. He did this and this. He has been mentoring me until today. And he has really helped me into sharpening my skills in 1, 2, 3. Mention people. Mention places where you went. And mention time in networking. It is very, 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 very important. And don't forget to use STAR approach. So you have to know that networking is very, very important in building relationships globally. Chevening Scholarship believe in networking because they know you are going to meet a community of Cheveners. So many people, alumni. You have to be able to engage in the alumni community and also be able to engage in scholars that you'll find in the UK and even people that you have come with from your mother country, from your home country. And when it comes to studying in the UK, the S about studying in the UK, make sure you understand what is happening in the UK. For example, I remember when I was writing my essays, I said I so much love UK because they respect they respect the fact that nobody's above the law. And then I said, for example, when you go to Scotland, they have their own pound money. So I had, some information that nobody really believed that I knew about UK. And I said, for example, when you went to London, most people in London, they drink tea. I can't wait to visit London, a place where everyone congregates. It's a multicultural place where people congregate. Congregate. So, you understand about the UK. So they will be happy to see that you know where you are going to. You know the place. And then, for example, in Tanzania, Mwalimu Nyerere, our founding father, studied in the UK. He studied in Cardiff. You have to show that you know that there is someone you so much love and respect studied there. And you know that UK has one of the most, amazing opportunities and universities, scientists and stuff. Talk about that as well, so that they can know that you understand a little bit of the country where you're going to study your master's degree. So when it comes to career plan, you have to break it into 3 parts: immediate goals, mid-term goals, and long-term goals. Immediate goals is immediately when you come from the UK, what are you going to do in your home country? And then mid-term goals, 2 to 3 years. And then long-term goals, 10 years. What are you going to do in 10 years? And make sure you are real. I mean, don't exaggerate anything, don't lie, because you're going to be coached. And then they have to be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Make sure your goals are SMART. Make sure your goals are smart and anyone can understand. And then I want to emphasize on the coherence of the essays. All 3 essays have to be coherent. You know, anyone who is reading should observe clarity, consistent, and logic. Yeah, they have to be connected. They have to be connected. Coherence. Coherence in your essays, all your essays. You know, 2 examples using STAR approach. I explained it. And then talk about yourself, what you did. You know, when you are talking about networking, make sure you speak about people, place, and time in networking essay. Yeah, so these are very, very important hints that are going to help you. So go to Chevening Scholarship portal or website, read about the eligibility, you know, about the courses, research, and if your country is in the scholarship, you know, list, and then prepare yourself to pack your bag to go to UK. Yeah, you can go to the UK as long as you know what you are doing, you have researched, you have asked people to help you, and you have prepared yourself for an interview. And remain positive. Just know that you are going to do. This can happen to you. It is very possible. You know, Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind. You know, principles, 7 habits of highly effective people. So make sure you begin with the end in mind. Go and pack your bag to the UK. I wish you all the best. Bye.